one thing I know, one golden rule that I know and understand about being a creator, right? Whether it be a music creator, an art creator, films, TV shows, food, anything, is that you never blame the customer. You never blame the consumer. You never blame the audience. You don't blame the people who are supposed to buy your shit. Take me for example. Some of my videos are duds. Some of my videos suck. They get no views, no traction. That's on me. That's my fault. I don't blame people who are not clicking on me. It is what it is. I am trying to make a channel. I'm trying to make a brand. I have to go through it to know what works. So why do I bring that up? Why do I even preface that with my own situation? Simple. This Starfield Deb is complaining that people don't like his game. That people don't understand the level of work that went into it. Let me explain to you why this is nonsense, right? And I really need to say, like, I don't want to yell. I don't want to cuss him out. I'm gonna try my best, but I'm gonna get into why I think this is stupid, why I think this is a bratty behavior, why this is a bad look for you, and why this ultimately fails to understand why people don't buy your shit. Anyways, let me introduce myself. My name is Definitely Not Box, and I'm gonna completely and totally dismantle this man's argument within the next coming minute. Get something to drink, grab a snack, go read some manga, whatever you want, but let's get into it. So this man, Emil Pagaleglu, I butcher your name, I do apologize. It is what it is. Like, blame your parents, blame your heritage. He made a tweet longer, essentially what a tweet longer is, right? He made 15 tweets describing how they're not to blame for Starfield being as bad as it is. And we, the consumers, are the ones to blame for that. Now, I'm gonna have all the tweets that I found that I could have, like, he's deleted it because obviously the backlash. Like, you don't blame your customers because your game sucks. You blame yourself. But either way, he's the head studio in Bethesda's games. Right? He's the head of director, the studio head, right? What the hell is your issue? So, like, let's just go over it real quick. Let's just go over it. The first thing he says, which really already just grind my gear the wrong way, right? It is funny how disconnected some players are from the reality of game developer, and yet they speak with complete authority. Yes, I have the right to speak on something with complete authority because I have to pay for a product that is subpar. Once I have to pay for something, if it sucks, it sucks. That's how it works. He continues on by saying that if you work at a Twinkie factory, right, he can guess what it takes to work there or what it takes to make a Twinkie. But since he doesn't work, how the hell would you know, right? You know what I mean? Fine, cool. That's like a non-negotiable. Like, it don't matter. If the Twinkie sucks, the Twinkie sucks. He goes on and say that he understands where we're coming from because he's paid money for it and he pays a lot more. I'm assuming you have a cushy job. Of course you're gonna pay a lot more for gaming. It's your hobby. It's what you do. It's your life. It's your job. And then he complains about it, but he doesn't want to do it, right? He says he can't do it because one, it looks bad, right? It looks bad. And two, he can't do it because he works in that industry. So it doesn't look good for anybody. If he's complaining about how dumb a game is because he's setting fire to another studios that made a subpar product. That's the point. That's the point. He continues on to go on about how he gives us his explanation, how he feels the way he does, how he learned that he has no idea what it takes to make a game, and all that, right? One thing I want to say about this is that it is not the consumer's fault that your shit sucks. It is not the consumer's fault that you couldn't cut it, right? Larian Studios, the people who make Boulder Gate, your biggest competitor, and more importantly, they did it right once, right? The idea that this man is trying to, with all these tweets, trying to pander forward, trying to show, is that we don't understand what it takes to make games, so we don't really have an idea, so our words don't matter that much. And since we don't make the games, we shouldn't be discussing the games and all its failures. Since we didn't make the game, since we don't know how the hours it took, since we don't know the funding it took, we do not have a legit say of how the game is received. We should like it and we should be grateful that we got it in the first place. Because a lot of talented people who work at Bethesda pour hours of their life into making this game. Cool, great. I can acknowledge that fact. That doesn't mean that I'm not wrong when saying when this game sucks and doesn't deserve half the accolades. I love indie games. I know some indie games that deserve too much love. and got none of it because they couldn't have a fraction of the marketing this game had. I know good, great, standout titles that will never get the love and attention or even the hate that Starfield's getting, because Starfield is a major game. It's a mainline game in the Bethesda universe. So you're telling me that I should feel sorry for people whose job is it to make a game? He goes on to complain about how hard his job is, how hard it is to make a game, and how no one goes out to make a bad game. True, fine, that's perfect, right? The intent doesn't matter. When you're young, it's always the thought that counts. Making a car for your mom on Mother's Day, beautiful. The thought that counts, going there for your dad, helping him in the garage, beautiful. The thought is what counts. But when you're older, it's always about the results. At the end of the day, did you meet the quota? At the end of the day, did you pay your bills? At the end of the day, did you do what you set out to do? If the answer is no, you fail, period. It is up to the friends and family to give you the emotional support you need when you're failing. It's not up to the world. It's not up to your consumer base. It is up to the people close to you. I don't care how you fail. I just care that you failed at what you were supposed to do. This is where I really got mad. Like a 9 out of 15, this is where I really lost my cool, and I feel like I might make this video, right? This is literally what sparked this whole conversation this time. He says, and I quote, "See, I never knew this before, but if nothing, video game development is a series of concessions and tough decisions. There's that perfect game you want to make, and then there's the game you can make. And sometimes, if the gods smile on you, those two are very close." What the hell is that supposed to mean to the consumer? Right? Just because you wanted to make a great game doesn't mean you couldn't make a great game. Like, concessions, hard decision and concession. You know what that is? It means you cut corners when you had to cut corners, and you're gonna patch it out later. That's what that means, right? Because if you wanted to make a good game, you would make a good game. Let's compare you once again to Baldur's Gate. That game is an excellent game, fantastic game. I love it. It's a good game. You know what I did not say? Right? I didn't say it was a perfect game. I didn't say it was a glitches game. I didn't say this game sometimes stutters and stops. I didn't say this game was perfect in any way. I said it was an excellent game, because that's what Larian Studios set out to make, a good game. And then the rest will follow. They're still patching this game out. They're still adding features to this game. And yet, somehow, in Starfield, the models, the AI, the music, the world, the faction, the traversal, the amount of loading screen, right? All that is in the game by design. One thing I love about modders is how talented they are. These people truly have talent, and they truly love what they do, because they're doing it for free. It's no longer a paycheck. It's not a cushy job of being the head director of a studio. No, it's for free. Let me tell you something. If a modder can do it for free, can fix your game in less than a day, can fix an issue or a bug or something in your game in less than a day, why the hell are you getting paid to make this game? You said you had talented people at your studio, and yet this talented individual, no-name individual in your community, has dealt with a problem that's probably been known in your staff for years. And this is where I have little sympathy for you guys, right? 3, 5, 4, even one person can make a game and make it flawless out of passion, dedication, and talent, grit, iron, whatever it takes, they will do it. Some people have to refinance their house to finish a game, to make a game. And yet you're telling me right here, sir, you're telling me that it's so hard that you have to make it. Again, I gotta point this out. You have to make concessions and tough decisions. Was it a tough decision to make it so you can fly through planets? Was that a tough decision?
Ooh. It was flat. Pluto confirmed flat. Flat Earth. We just went right through it. Wait, but it still says 0. Hang on. Am I inside Pluto?
You know what the most hilarious thing ever is? That we already had Starfield before Starfield. We had year 1, No Man's Sky. I don't have to explain to you the disaster, the mess, the absolute atrocity that was that game. So when Starfield comes out, and it took nothing, no lessons learned from the game that's basically your predecessor. What the hell happened? Did you guys not know? Did you guys not play your competition, your predecessor, the things that came up before you? Like, what? How? Wait, I don't understand. Is it leadership? Is it you? Are you at fault, Emil? Is it you? Do you suck at it? Do you suck at your job? What's going on here? You can't blame me for asking honest questions about the things you make and then expect me to feel bad about it because you feel that you did a good enough job. Do you guys remember the saying that it's not a glitch, it's a feature that was talked about when Skyrim came out all those years ago? Are all these glitches in Starfield features? Are these intentional? Did you guys not have enough time? Like, I'm not gonna continue ratting on this topic anymore than I have to, right? Listen, if you make it this far in the video, I thank you. But as a consumer, right, and I have to stress this, as a consumer, you vote with your wallet. As a consumer, you decide how to spend your time and, more importantly, your cold hard cash. If you decide to pick this game, know that you will be disappointed, you will be bored, and you will probably regret it. This is why I love indie games, because they're made with love, and they're made with people who give a damn about every aspect of their game. Not just the shop feature, not just how pretty it looks, not just how cool it sounds, every feature of a game. 3 guys in Australia made a small game known as Hollow Knight, one of the best games I've ever played. I played that game 3 times, on a P4, on my PC, and on a PS5. I've yet to find a single glitch in the game, a single visual glitch, audio glitch, control. I've yet to see that in my own playthrough. I can find them online, but I haven't seen that while I'm playing the game. I haven't experienced a single one, and that is the consensus throughout the land. Now, I know you're making a 3D open world game that's expansive, Starfield, and all that stuff, but if you sign up for the task, you better be prepared to do what it takes to make it the best game it can be. Not the best game you can push out, the best game it can be. Anyways, this has been Definitely Not a Box. If you have anything to add to this conversation, or you just want to be a devil's advocate and fight for Emil's stance, by all means, let me know in the comments down below. I would like to have a conversation on this. Seriously, I really would. Anyways, if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. If you dislike it, give me a thumbs down. But whatever you do, make sure you have a good day on purpose. And I'll catch you on the next one.